Hey, McGinn, good to see you again. It's Mr. Lohn. Hope everyone is having a great day. Today, as part of our Week of Respect, we are wearing things that show some of our favorites, whether it's an animal, a musician. For me, I'm wearing my MASH t shirt, one of the greatest shows of all time. Really old show, which says something about me, but still on and still unbelievable. I watch it all the time. Uh, can't wait to share this book with you today. This was a birthday book from Julia Amalfi, and it is called A Fall Day for Bear. It is part of an amazing series by the author Bonnie Becker, A Visitor for Bear, A Birthday for Bear, and I love the interaction that we have between the main characters, Mouse and Bear, and I think you're going to love it too. Away we go. Bear liked fall. He liked the cold in the air. He liked the wind in his fur. He liked the rustle and tumble of the leaves. He especially liked the feeling that something was about to happen. One morning, Bear waited for on his front door. He waited, and then he waited some more. Bear stood up to look out the door. Where was Mouse? Small and gray and bright-eyed. Bear had promised to go on a picnic with Mouse. They always met at Bear's house for picnics and parties and other things that were fun. Most bothersome, rumbled Bear. I will wait 5 more minutes and then... Bear didn't really know what would happen then, but he liked the grumbly sound of it. Bear waited 5 more minutes, but still no Mouse. Bear began to worry. Mouse was never late for fun things. He would go meet Mouse on the path. The wind snatched at Bear's picnic basket and sent a pickle flying. What if the wind had carried Mouse away? Mouse was awfully small and gray and bright-eyed, of course, but that wouldn't help him. Bear started to walk faster. Then he slowed. There was Mouse, sitting by himself on a stump. He didn't look like the usual Mouse. His tiny shoulders were slumped. His head was low. Mouse? Said Bear. Oh, it's you, said Mouse. Mouse didn't sound happy to see him. Mouse was always happy to see him, wasn't he? What's happened? Asked Bear. Mouse picked up a fallen acorn. I think, sighed Mouse, I think I'm sad. Sad? Preposterous! You can't be sad. All the leaves are leaving. The birds are waving goodbye. The flowers are gone. Oh, that, said Bear. It's fall. I don't like it when things go away, Mouse said quietly. Oh. Bear sat down next to Mouse. He tried to think of how he could cheer him up. I brought the picnic, said Bear. He pulled out 2 apples, 2 peanut butter sandwiches, 5 cookies, and 1 pickle. After a moment's hesitation, Bear snapped the pickle in 2. Mouse watched a maple seed twirl by. Gone, he sighed. What a delightful contraption, declared Bear. Gone, 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 Mouse whispered as the seed fluttered to the ground. Here now, said Bear. Look, I have wings. Mouse barely glanced up. I am the autumn fairy, Bear cried, pretending to flap his wings. Bear was not overly fond of fairies, but sometimes Mouse liked them. Mouse just stared at his toes. It started to rain, he said. My fur is getting all wet. Bear had to admit that his fur was getting all wet too. The sun has gone behind the clouds, said Mouse, and now the ground is all muddy. Bear drooped. It was true. How foolish he had been not to see. What a sad sort of day it was after all. Mouse watched a raindrop drip off the end of his nose. He could not be cheered. I'm going home, Bear announced. I shall be deeply sad by the fire. Bear stood up. He took a step. His hind paw slipped. Bear quickly shifted to his other paw. His other paw slipped. Bear swayed backward. Bear swayed forward. He teetered left, he teetered right. He spun his arms and... Ow! Bear fell on his hindmost into a huge puddle. "This is the worst day ever!" "Oh dear," Mouse said. He covered his snout with his tiny paws. He began to giggle. He squished his eyes shut. He couldn't help it. He laughed out loud. "It's not funny!" shouted Bear. "I'm sorry, Bear," said Mouse. Still giggling just a little. I will not tolerate your boorish laughter," Bear growled. "This is no laughing matter." But Bear's growl sounded odd, almost like he was trying not to laugh too, even though everyone knew it was not funny. Mouse tried to look solemn, but his whiskers twitched and his eyes were bright as raindrops. Bear harumphed. "I suggest we retire to my house, where we may be deeply sad by the fire." "Will the fire be warm and crackling?" asked Mouse. "It's possible." "Will there be tea and pickles?" "It seems quite likely." "Well, then I suppose we must go." Bear stomped through the mud all the way home, getting wonderfully messy. Mouse rode on his foot, getting even more wonderfully messy. There, they both had nice warm baths, fixed 2 cups of tea, and grabbed 2 pickles and 2 very large cookies, and settled down to be deeply sad by the fire. So, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that story. A nice tale of friendship. It goes to also show what laughter can do. You know, a couple giggles can change things, turn a rough day into a positive one. Again, you have a terrific day. We'll be back with more read-alouds as the week rolls on, and I'll see you soon.